Hey, it's Simon with SimonAndLessli.com. Today, I want to talk to you guys about influence and persuasion. Now, this gets a few people kind of feeling a little edgy because some people think that there's something, I don't know, negative about influencing people. And it's something that you want to consider when you're talking about influencing someone. The motivation behind it is really where your alignment, where your integrity comes in. If you're influencing someone to take action that you know is going to help them, it's not something that you want to necessarily avoid doing. So that's something kind of important to remember. So let's talk about influence itself. Now, in Robert Cialdini's book, Influence, he explains the psychology of why people say yes and how to apply these understandings in your life. So, what influences us to say yes to things? It's obvious that it works. Marketing wouldn't work if we weren't able to influence people to say yes. In the book Influence, Robert Cialdini talks about 6 different laws that you can use to provide influence, to get people to see your side of a situation, or to possibly even try your product. So let's talk about what they are. So the first law is the law of reciprocity. Now, this is the law that states that we feel an obligation to give back when something is given to us. It's why you might get a mint with your bill at a restaurant, because the waiter wants you to leave a tip. In fact, there was a study where a waiter gave a mint to a certain number of people, and it increased his tips from leaving no mint by 3%. The same waiter gave 2 mints and increased his tips by 14%. And then if he gave 1 mint, turned to walk away, and turned back and said, "But for you nice people, here's a second one," increased his tips by 23%. So you can see that the influence was not just what was given, but also by how it was given. So the keys to using reciprocity: be the first to give generously, make it personalized, and make sure that it's unexpected, right? So the second law would be the law of scarcity. People want what they can't have, right? If there's less of something, that means they're going to want it. British Airways used to fly the Concorde between London and New York twice a day. And they announced after a while that they were no longer going to be doing so because it was no longer economical to do so. And the day after they made that announcement, ticket sales skyrocketed because of the fact that it was now scarce. So in your marketing, be sure that you don't just tell people what they stand to gain. Point out what's unique about your product or service, and let them know what they stand to lose if they don't take advantage of it, get involved in it, that sort of thing. The third law of influence is the law of authority. People will follow the lead of credible and knowledgeable experts. So the entire basis behind attraction marketing is the fact that people want to follow people who they know, like, and believe have the knowledge that they're looking for. Physiotherapists will put their medical degrees on the wall. It'll actually increase the compliance of people who are doing their programs. And there was actually an experiment in the UK where there was a leasing company that was leasing properties. And they had the receptionist edify the person that they were connecting the callers to. And so instead of saying, "Hello, I'll connect you to, Melissa," they would say, "Hi, thanks for calling. Wanted to let you know Melissa has so much experience and has done this, that, and the other, and let me put you through to her," and then connect her. resulted in 20% more appointments and 15% more signed contracts. Can't argue with that. So it's really important to share with your audience what makes you credible and why you're a knowledgeable authority. Make sure that you're earned the right when you're delivering that in any kind of presentation. Addresses the law of authority, and never miss an opportunity to edify someone before you put a potential client in touch with them. Okay? So let's move on. The fourth law is the law of consistency. And this is the law of asking for small commitments. There was an experiment done where on two separate streets, the local community asked the first street if they would place a small postcard in their window in support of a safe driving campaign. 10 days later, they came back to that street and a nearby street, and they asked everyone on both streets to put a sign in their front lawn supporting that safe driving campaign. On the street where they had the micro commitments, they had a 400% higher acceptance rate. Think about that. 400%. So when you're seeking to use influence to using consistency, make sure that you're looking for small micro commitments that you can ask people to take advantage of, and if you can, get it in writing. So the fifth law is the law of liking. You know, we want people to know, like, and trust us as marketers. So there was an experiment at it might have been Harvard, one of the big business schools, where they took two groups of people and students, and they said, we want you to go to have a negotiation. And with the first group, they said, time is money. Get in, do whatever you can to make the negotiation as quickly as possible. And with the second group, they said, find something common with the person that you're speaking to before you get down to negotiations. You know, share a little personal information. The second group that shared personal information had a 35% higher success rate than the people who said, let's just get down to brass tacks. So when you're invoking the law of liking, find some commonality that you have with your audience and share that with them. And don't be afraid to give genuine compliments. So the sixth law is the law of consensus. Now, people generally feel more comfortable going along with the crowd. You know, not us entrepreneurs, of course. We're the ones who will walk our own path, even if it's through a canyon or over the edge. But in general, people want to go along with what other people are doing. And an experiment was done in a hotel where in the bathrooms they placed a little placard saying, please reuse your towels. It's good for the environment, it saves energy, giving them all the benefits of reusing their towels. And they got about a 30% opt-in rate, 30% compliance on that. They took the same card in the same hotel and they changed the text just a little bit to say 75% of our guests reuse their towels. Won't you as well? With this new strategy, they got about 45% compliance. Now, that's about a 15% increase in compliance simply by invoking the law of consensus. So, how that comes into play with marketing is you want to use testimonials and shared results whenever you can to influence your audience, to show them that other people are using your product or your service and they're getting results. So I hope this was helpful. Here you have 6 laws that you can invoke to influence and persuade your audience. And if you found value in this, please subscribe below and come over to SimonAndLessli.com if you're not already there and join in the conversation. We look forward to seeing you, and you have a great day.